What's good? What's good? What's good, baby? Welcome to the 76 show of MBS. Let's talk about it. Of course, I'm your host, Truex, the sports junkie. And y'all already know, man, this show, man, we talk about more than just sports. We talk pop culture, and it's going to be good. It's going to be a lot of other things. But, of course, I got the homie in the building, my brother from another mother, holding down the West Coast. What up?
Yo, what up, man? Just watching these Bucks, man. I think I made a mistake on social media. I originally picked them, but I actually had it under Atlanta Hawks. So don't think I picked the Atlanta Hawks. I picked the Milwaukee
Oh,
Bucks. Just to let you guys know.
wow. What a flip
Woo!
flopper.
Woo!
We're gonna write that
Um.
down. Drug test already. It's like the show just started. You already getting the drug test. Are you kidding me? You a flip
What?
flopper?
Whatever you say, Mister Biasness on Uncensored the other day.
Wow. Come on, man. I just kept it a buck, man. Come on, man. We're gonna talk about that
Okay.
later. That'll be neither here nor there. Let's get to these topics. Shout out to my girl Saray. Of course, she's not here tonight. But I know she's going through some things, so my thoughts and prayers are with her, and she, hopefully we'll have her back sooner than later. But with that being said, Keo, what's up?
Okay, so NBS, let's talk about it. So we're gonna kick things off with our first topic for tonight, and we're gonna talk about the NBA playoffs, man. So a lot has happened, a lot of crazy things has happened, and it's been really good as of late. So we're gonna kick things off with obviously we got to talk about the bad. So the bad is, people been talking about what happened last night. Paul George not missing those free throws. People talking about KD. People talking about Donovan Mitchell. Um, and yeah, man.
And Ben Simmons taking a lot of
Oh
flack
yeah,
too.
oh yeah, Ben Simmons, man. Ben Simmons was the talk, the huge talk. So with all of those guys that I just named, what player dropped the ball when it came to this, man? Who dropped the ball in the NBA playoffs this past week?
Okay, so I know a lot of people's gonna say off the rip, Paul George, because he missed two crucial free throws last night that possibly could have sold up the Suns' defeat and the Clippers' win. But I'm not going there. You know why, Keo? Because Paul George is playing. It don't matter. He still has an opportunity to win. The other three gentlemen, KD, Donovan Mitchell, Ben Simmons, guess what? They can't change what happened. It is what it is. So clearly it's not Paul George. That he needs. I'm going to exclude him from this list because he still has an opportunity to change things. They didn't look. They lost two road games. Now they're going back to LA. Everything's in front of them. They win at home. They go back to Phoenix, and they can make things right. So he still has opportunity to change things. But who dropped the ball? I look at Donovan Mitchell and I say to myself, was it Donovan Mitchell? I'm going to say no because I picked the Clippers to win that series. Yes, he had a lot of hype talking about he's the greatest Jazz player ever. The disrespect to Karl Malone already, the disrespect to John Stockton by you and many other analysts out there in the world. But neither here nor there, I'm still not putting Donovan Mitchell there because he didn't drop the ball the most because I picked the Clippers to win. So let's take him off the list. Now, I picked Brooklyn to win it all. I thought they were going to win this year's championship. So could I sit here and say KD because he had an air ball that possibly could have won the game? No, I'm not going to say KD because at the end of the day, KD didn't have the help that he needed. A lot of guys were hurt. James Harden wasn't the same James Harden. And no Kyrie. They did give up a 2-0 lead. I understand people say he's the best player in the world, but I'm gonna give him not so much of a pass, but he didn't drop the ball the most. The guy that dropped the ball the most is the guy that you disrespected on Uncensored. That's Ben Simmons. God, God damn. Ben Simmons, come on, man. You killing me. I picked y'all to beat the Hawks in 4 or 5 games. Y'all were clearly in my mind, the better team. And you know what? Ben Simmons, he didn't show up, man. I'm going to call a spade a spade. I understand he's 24. He went to LSU. But at the end of the day, look, I like Ben Simmons. You know I vouch for him. I was going hard on you on Uncensored. I rock with dude. But no, it's Ben Simmons. At the end of the day, bro, you were expected to win. You were the 1 seed in the East. The 1 seed. Joel Embiid showed up game after game after game. Even Stephen Curry's little brother, Seth Curry, had big moments. Tobias Harris, I'm not giving him a complete pass. But Ben Simmons, you're supposed to be the Robin to that Batman in Philly. You were the number 1 seed. You lost to the 5th seed in the playoffs. At the end of the day, the guy that dropped the ball the most was Ben Simmons. And I see the chats lighting up. I actually agree with Q in a sense, too. Doc Rivers choked as well. I agree with that. But I'm going Ben Simmons when it comes to the players. At the end of the day, you were the 1 seed. You lost to the 5 seed. I thought you was the favorite to win that matchup, so I'm going Ben Simmons. What you got for me? Let me get my hat.
I'm going Ben Simmons too. You kidding me, man? Like, what's up with that, man? Like, dude, you get paid all this money to be the second best player on this team. He gets paid over 100 million, and you did not play like the second best player on the team. You played more like the 4th best player on the team. Joel Embiid definitely performed better than you. Tobias Harris definitely performed better than you. Seth Curry, who they traded for, I think during the season, made a better performance than you. Like, it was bad. It was horrendous. It was horrible, man. Like, dude, and I'm really getting sick and tired of every single year. Oh yeah, we got to work on your jump shot this offseason. Oh yeah, we got to work on your jump shot this offseason. I mean, my God, what the hell are you doing every offseason, man? Obviously, it's not working on your damn jump shot because this ain't it, man. And he choked in Game 7. I could bring you a couple scenarios that he choked on. Everybody knows what play it was. He was posting up on the player. He could have got that high percentage shot, and he ended up passing him for a tie ball to get to the free throw line. And tie ball ended up splitting the free throws. Ben Simmons gets back on the line, splits another free throw. I'm like, dude, you shot. I think Ben Simmons probably was the worst free throw shooter that we've seen in quite some time, man. And that's horrible, man. Like, I saw it during the Washington Wizards game when as soon as they inbound the ball and they foul you and they get you to the free throw line, oh yeah, you are definitely the weakest link. He is. I'm not gonna say he is the sole reason why they lost this, but he is one of the main top reasons why this team lost this game. This series should have been over probably in 6 or 5 games because because everybody deserves accountability because definitely Doc Rivers also as a coach. You look at Doc Rivers, man, you got to question also, man. The dude been with the LA Clippers for 7 seasons and you could never get to the conference finals. When you got somebody like Tyronn Lue, first season with the team, conference finals right away, man. So you may have to think about that, Doc Rivers, man. What type of coach you are, and the legacy you may be leaving behind, man. And he's still defending Ben Simmons, man. And I know it's he's talking to the media, but man, the only thing you can do is get Ben Simmons the hell out of Philadelphia, man. You have to. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I want to say this as far as Doc Rivers. He gave, if you remember the 3-1 series lead, the horrific 3-1 lead. I was talking crazy on the MBS show then at the time to everybody that was on there, saying, "Oh yeah, they're gonna end the Rockets. They're gonna end the Rockets," and then all of a sudden they give up a 3-1 lead. Then the 3-1 lead in Orlando that many people don't talk about with T-Mac. You lost that. I don't know, man. Doc Rivers, something's not right. Something's not clicking. When you look at who Doc Rivers has coached, he's coached Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Rondo, Blake Griffin, Chris Paul, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris, and the man has one championship. And Tracy McGrady, I forgot about McGrady. One championship. One championship. Has given up 3-1 leads multiple times. Unacceptable with the type of talent that you can't blame it on the talent. And I'm not, and look, I'm holding Ben Simmons accountable. He definitely needs to be held accountable. But him and Doc Rivers, man, something's going on. And I will say this about Ben Simmons. Giannis Antetokounmpo is not a great three-point shooter. He's not a great free throw shooter. But you know the difference between him and Ben Simmons is? Giannis is willing to take the shot. He shoots it. He may airball. I've seen him airball free throws, three-pointers. But you know what? He takes it. So to me, it's like, you know what? I'm putting in the work in the offseason. At the end of the day, bro, I'm going to live with the results. Ben Simmons is looking like he's scared to shoot the ball. And when you play, when you do a job that you're scared to do, man, you're scared to make a mistake. It's not going to be what's up, man. So, yeah, bro. Ben Simmons definitely needs to work on his shot, definitely needs to work on his confidence. Doc Rivers has to figure something else out because he's given up too many big leads with all the superstars that he's coached. And something got to change in Philly. And unfortunately, it may be with Ben Simmons being removed from Philadelphia. He may be traded. But if he is traded, look, Ben Simmons, first of all, you have to be confident in anything that you do. I don't care what it is in life. If you talk sports, you're going to come on our show and you're going to talk sports with us, you need to be confident. If you're going to go talk to a female, you need to be confident. If you want this particular job, you have to be confident in anything that you do. And he's just not confident right now, man. I'm just keeping it a buck. He's not confident. He's not confident to shoot a three. He's not confident to shoot a free throw. It's in his mind right now. And I'm not saying he's a great shooter. He's not, obviously. But at first things first, he has to become confident and be willing to take it. If he misses, you live with the results. But if you're scared to take it, what was that quote that they say? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. He's not even willing to take the shot. Come on, man. So yeah, definitely the guy that dropped the ball the most.
And I hate going back to this game also. That game, Trey Young had a bad shooting night also. I think he went like 4 or 5 for 22 or something around that. The dude still shot the ball, and then the dude was confident in his game. He drained a three late in the game to help them clinch for the win. And that's called confident right there. Even when you're having a bad shooting night, you're still gonna take that chance because you know you're still confident with yourself. And look at Trey Young, man. The dude's in the conference finals today.
And one more thing before we go to the next thing. We've seen point guards that can't shoot but be willing to take the shot and win championships. Rajon Rondo, he's a little bit better than he was back then, but he can't shoot neither. And he's been willing to take that shot. Let me go back a little bit further for all my Spurs fans out there. You remember the name Avery Johnson? Are you kidding me? But they won a championship because he was willing to take that pull-up jump shot. You got to be willing to take it. And for the most part, you have to make it. But the first part is confidence, man. Confidence. His confidence has to get better, bro. It has to. And then, like I said, you put the work in. Action plus consistency equals results. He's willing to take action and work on his jump shot consistently. It'll start falling.
So before we get to our next topic, what would you do with Ben Simmons if you're the Sixers?
Man, that. First of all, with Embiid coming out and saying what he said, man, it looks like he's not happy. He's not happy about the whole dynamics. So I mean, if I have to choose between him and Embiid, the tough part is Embiid's injury prone, but Embiid gives you everything that he has. You cannot fault him. He was playing hurt and still balling out of control. Um, Man, Embiid's injury history from injuries and Ben Simmons' young age. The only thing Ben Simmons really needs to work on is his confidence and his jump shot. If he develops those two things, dude, he could be scary. Man, you have to have a
Yeah,
conversation.
if
You have to have a conversation with Joel Embiid and see where his head's at. But Doc
yeah,
Rivers would
but
not be just safe
for
with
him,
me. If I was the owner, he wouldn't just be safe like that.
with Embiid, man, even though he does deserve some blame for it, because he did go ghost in a couple of games when they blew that lead in the late in the fourth quarter. But for Embiid, I got to give him credit. It took a lot of guts and heart for him to play and give his 100%. Um, and he performed. He gave it his all, man. You could tell he gave it his all because he was breathing so hard and he was so exhausted in these games, man. And I just got to give it to him, man. Playing through an injury like that and trying to put the team on his back. Um, and I don't blame for Embiid feeling the way he feels, man. Because if I'm the Sixers, I'm keeping Embiid. Bye, Ben Simmons.
I can't be mad at that. I can't. I can't. I think the Sixers are in a very tough predicament right now. I really do. From coach to Ben Simmons to Embiid, dude, and they got a lot of money tied up in Tobias Harris, which I thought at the time they shouldn't have gave Tobias Harris that max contract because I just don't think Tobias Harris is a superstar. And when you give a max contract to somebody, to me, he needs to be a superstar, and he's just not that. He's not a bad player, solid glue guy, good, really good glue guy. But nah, it's not that.
Yeah, man. Okay, so let's go to our next topic. And from what we've seen from the NBA, let's go to our winners and losers, man. How you have it?
Oh, come on, man. That's not even that's without question. The Hawks are the biggest winner. They're the 5 seed. They are the 5 seed. The Hawks, Trey Young, Kevin Herter or Kavon, like he said, he has that split personality thing going on. Dude, these dudes are clearly. I saw somebody put in there Trey Young's. Oh, it's my boy, that one dude, 2020. What's up, baby? You know what it is. Y'all check him out as well. But Trey Young swagger, man. Ice Trey, man. Even though I think the last time I checked, they were losing. I don't know if they're still losing to the Bucks. At the end of the day, dog, they're the biggest winner. They're the 5 seed. They're in the playoffs. They knocked off the Knicks, who was a higher seed. They knocked off the number 1 seed in Philly, even though Philly had a home game on their court for Game 7. The biggest winner clearly is the Atlanta Hawks. No debate for me. I'll go lose after you go.
Okay, obviously the Hawks are a winner. Um, I'm gonna go with the Los Angeles Clippers as
I
the
like it.
winners.
I like it. I like it.
Nobody gave you a chance. You've been down 2-0 straight series and you've been able to bounce back. People thought that you had no chance at all without Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, even though we seen what happened yesterday. Paul George has stepped up to that role, being that number one option, man, and back to that number one option like he was when he was with Indiana. And I got to give it to them, man. Nobody thought, especially without Kawhi, that they were gonna make it out of the series against Utah, and they were able to do it, man. And that huge comeback they made, they were down 24, I think, in game 5,
I
and
think it was
then they
5,
just
yeah.
yeah, and they made a huge swing. Made a huge swing in game 6, and they had guys like Terrence Mann stepping up. Reggie Jackson has been huge for them. Zubac in the inside the paint, and obviously Paul George and Tyronn Lue. Man, you gotta give him his flowers for that, man. What he's been able to do. So, I definitely got the Clippers as my winners.
Okay, loser. Look, of course I can still beat the dead horse in the Sixers, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. The Utah Jazz, clearly for me, the Jazz were up 2-0 on the Clippers. Kawhi gets hurt in game 4. Doesn't play game 5, 6, or 7. No, don't even go 7 games. He wouldn't have played game 7 either. So 5 and 6. He leaves game 4. The Jazz, according to you, first let me point out the number 1 seed overall, number 1 seed, and not just the West, the number 1 overall seed. There's no Lakers. Let's put that out there. LeBron is out. No Lakers, the number 1 overall seed. According to you and a lot of other analysts out there, they have the greatest Jazz player in the history of the organization in Donovan Mitchell. You're up 2-0 to start the series, and you have multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year in Rudy Gobert. And what does the Clippers have? No Kawhi Leonard. And you lose the game. At the end of the day, bro, that is unacceptable. The Jazz are the biggest losers. They were the number 1 seed in the playoffs overall over everybody else. You can't lose to a team that I believe was the 4 seed without their best player. And you were up 2-0. Home court advantage. Come on, man. Unacceptable. The Jazz, I gave it to the Sixers. I'm giving it back to the Jazz. Both number 1 seeds are out, but the Jazz, according to you, has the greatest Jazz player in the history of the organization, and they got Hall of Famers from the Utah Jazz. Are you kidding me? And Donovan Mitchell couldn't get it done.
Yeah, man.
But look what Devin Booker's doing. Look what Devin Booker's doing. No Chris Paul. They up 2-0 right now in the Clippers. Unacceptable. The Jazz are the biggest losers. This was their opportunity to show the world that Donovan Mitchell is the greatest Jazz player ever, what you said, and Rudy Gobert is the greatest defensive player in the modern day or in the last 5 to 10 years. Come on, man. Stop, bro. Rudy Gobert.
Actually, nobody said he's the greatest.
I told you he was overrated.
Nobody's
overrated player.
Actually,
go ahead.
Actually, nobody said he was the greatest the defensive player of all time. Stop trying to set it up to make yourself look good, man.
Hey, well, the fact is, I don't know. I've heard people say in the past, like Rudy Gobert is this monster of defensive end. He's the best player on the defensive end for the last 5 to 10 years. That's craziness. What, he has 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards? I think 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of the day, man, unacceptable. You can't lose to the Clippers without Kawhi Leonard. I don't want to hear it. Case closed.
But it wouldn't have mattered anyways. I knew when they were down 2-0.
Oh yeah,
we all knew that the Clippers were gonna win this series. So it didn't matter what the situation. And then Donovan Mitchell wasn't 100%. So if he was 100%, man, I don't know, man, things might be a little different down in Utah, man. And Mike Conley also. So we were a little banged up, and I know Kawhi was out, but they had Paul George, man. Paul George is a monster, man. But the biggest loser. You talking about beating a dead horse? Oh, yeah. I'm going to keep beating that dead horse up. And it is the 76ers by far the number 1 seed. You want to talk about number 1 seeds? That's a number 1 seed. They blew some huge leads in the 4th quarter, man. A lot of flow. Well, the Jazz blew one huge lead in the first half. The Sixers blew a lead in the fourth quarter,
Facts.
and that was more of a disappointment. I think if you ask people who you were more disappointed by, I think they would have said the Sixers, because the talk was, Ben Simmons and Doc Rivers. I know that Embiid was banged up, but he still played, and they should have won the series, man. It's plain and simple, man. Like
Facts. I agree.
they should have won game 7. They just made some minor mental mistakes, and they took an L, man, and their stars end up not showing up in the fourth quarter in some of those games, and they let the Hawks squeak by. So I do have them as my losers, man, and I think the Sixers will continue to be a story throughout this off season, especially what they do in the draft, free agency, and especially with Ben Simmons also, because this he just fulfilled his first year of his big max contract. So, damn, what's up? Let's work on that jump shot, Ben Simmons.
Right now, Atlanta actually leads Milwaukee with a little bit over 5 minutes left in the game. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Interesting. All right, so let's let's talk about, there's an NFL topic that we have to discuss, and um one of the Raiders players, no, I forgot, I don't know how to pronounce his name. If you could pronounce his name for me.
Carl Nassib.
Okay. I was gonna say something different, but Carl Nassib, man, he has came out and announced that he's gay, man, and this is the first time an NFL player, an active NFL player, has announced that, and I wanted to get your thoughts of what you thought about this, man.
To be honest with you, man, we always prep. We talk to the rest of the MBS team. And to me, I'm gonna tell y'all, man, this is not even a topic to me, man. We're in 2021. I know we talked about it. I know we brought it. I brought it up, but we're in 2021, bro. I keep telling y'all, man. As I can see, let me see my little painting over there. It says love of everything, and some I stand by, some I stand on, and I don't care, bro. I don't care if you're straight, gay, male, female, dude. At the end of the day, bro, if we put love first, we'll be straight, bro. This dude, he can put Carl Nassib. He got a job, and I don't think he should lose his job just because he's gay. Come on, man. We have to stop just being this way, man. We make a big deal out of who this guy sleeps with. Why does that matter? Why does that matter? We're in 2021, man. I understand, older generations feeling different, bro. At the end of the day, bro, that does not even matter. The dude has a job. He's obviously good enough at his job to be in the NFL. I don't understand why this has to be like breaking news. Oh, we have to announce that. For what? For what? That's the man's personal life. That's his personal business at the end of the day. And he even said he didn't even want to really do this, but he did it because he wanted to shed light. But shed light, he shouldn't even have to shed light on anything. At the end of the day, man, who he's sleeping with, that shouldn't matter if he could play football or not, bro.
Um, I think it's a good thing that he has came out and said that.
To bring awareness.
Yeah, to bring awareness, because there's probably some people out there that's probably embarrassed. They don't know how people would think about it or treat them, and I think it's a good thing that he's doing that, because and and the Oakland Raiders team has showed their full support. Derek Carr has came out and showed his support, so I think that's huge. I think that's a big deal, and I don't think you should judge somebody just by what their beliefs are, or if they're straight, gay, bisexual, they're transgender, or anything like that, man. And And I think it'll raise awareness for not just in the NFL but all of sports, not just for all of sports, in high school sports also. So I think it could have a huge domino effect, and I think it'll have a huge impact. So I think it's a good thing he's doing it, especially an active player coming out like this. So good job, Carl Nassab, man. So
Well, that's my thing. It's unfortunate that he has to do that. I mean, in my opinion, because and it's not because you know how I feel. Like, dude, I would definitely. I'm friends with a lot of people that are gay. I got love for everybody, so that doesn't matter to me. But like, why does that matter to me? Like, why do we have to make everything such a big deal? And I'm not talking about from Carl Nassib's perspective, because I understand why he did it. But what I'm saying is, it's a shame that we're in this day and age still that people, you know, would really make this like a big story. Like, oh my God, he's gay. Why should he be in the NFL? That's crazy. Come on, man. Who he sleeps with
yeah.
doesn't matter, dude. Right now, if we got somebody come to the MBS team that knew sports and wanted to talk sports with us, and he was gay or she was gay, you think I would care? You think I would care? Like, I would want them to come if they know how to talk sports and they know what they're talking about, and we can, give the people that's tuning in a great show, a great product. That's all that, at the end of the day, though, that's all that matters, bro. Like, all that hate, we gotta stop all this division, all this hate. Man, put love first, man, regardless of your sexual preference, regardless of your religion, regardless of where you come from. Look, regardless of race, regardless of everything, man, put that love first, man, and this world will be in a better place. That's how I feel.
Yeah, man. Like I'm at the same boat with you. I for me, I don't care who, who you are. Um, as long as you could perform at that field, then I'm good, man. Like as long as you showcase your talents on the field, because I'm a fan of the sport at the end of the day. So I don't care about what happens in your sex life. Like for instance, man, when Michael Vick was had his situation with the dog fighting thing, like to be honest with you, man, I didn't really care. Did care about that, but I didn't because I like Michael Vick, the athlete. I know you as an athlete, the guy that performed on the field, not the guy from people are talking about off field or what type of person you are. That's from your family, your close friends. I'm a fan at the end of the day. So
And I get what you're trying to say. That's a totally different situation. I mean, Michael Vick was doing something that was inhumane, in my opinion. I mean, we can go back and forth on this all day. Me, or not say me, I'm not gonna use me, but somebody else, or even us, anybody, who you sleeping with doesn't matter. I mean, being inhumane is one thing. I'm not sitting there saying that, I'm condemning you for what you just said, Q. I'm just saying I don't even think that's comparable with Carl Nassib because who he's sleeping with to Michael Vick. That like Michael Vick was tripping, bro. And look, I like Michael Vick. He was tripping. He was tripping.
no, I'm just saying that I know you for what you do in the field. Like with
Yeah.
him being gay, like that stuff don't bother me. I know him as the football player moving forward in his future, what he's gonna do on the field, not what happens in his personal life.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so all right, man. So let's move on over to our very next topic, and that ends our sports topics. So versus battles, man. We've had some classic versus battles. So really quick, I just want to break this out right now. I posted it. I know I had a discussion with you off air. So those of you were wondering about the Mary J and Tony Braxton versus battle, those are not true. It's not. I did some research on it when I was preparing for the show, and Versus has came out and said, "Hey, this is not true. This is fake news." But so I just wanted to break that out there. But the battle that they do have, I think it's this upcoming weekend. It's little. It's no, I'm not gonna say little, but Bow Wow versus Soldier Boy, man. So with that being said, man, when it comes to this battle between these two guys, who's gonna win this battle, man? Will it be
Okay,
Bow Wow? Will it be Soldier Boy, Young Draco? Who you got, man?
man, 1 second. I hope it don't read backwards. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can't see it, man.
You
Bow
can't say.
Wow. Does it say Bow Wow?
No, it says IDC. I don't care. I don't care who wins. But if you force me to say who I think is going to win, I'm going with Bow Wow, man. And I know that might not be the popular decision, but I'm going with Bow Wow because I just feel like I'm just not what Soldier Boy does. I'm just not a fan of, bro. I'm just not a fan of. I'm not a fan. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm a fan of Bow Wow's music, but at the end of the day, if you force me, you push me in the corner to say who I think is gonna win, I'm gonna say Bow Wow, but I really don't care, dude. I'm not even gonna tune in. I don't want to lie to you on the show and lie to the viewers. I am not gonna watch 1 second of this versus. I'm
You're
just being
such a
real with
party. You're such a party pooper, man. But with that being said, I am taking Bow Wow, man.
you. Okay.
Bow Wow has had more of an impact than Soldier Boy. Dude, crank that Soldier Boy. Really? That but Bow Wow has hits, man, when he first started in the game.
Yeah.
He got top albums, man. I know he had JD on the side, but Bow Wow, I'm definitely taking Bow Wow, man, over Soldier Boy in this battle. And like always, those of you that do follow me, I will be putting up a poll of who you guys got, man. And true, I want you to vote also, man. And of who's gonna win between Bow Wow and Soldier Boy, aka Young Draco. Okay, so with that being said, man, we are gonna move on over to our very next topic, man. And summer is upon us. Things are starting to open. What we talk about on here a lot is the movies, man, TV shows. So there's a lot of huge movies coming out this summer. Um, so when it comes to the top movies that you're looking forward to see this summer, man, what movie from this summer are you looking forward to seeing the most?
Come on, man. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't care. Y'all can say X, you a big kid. Call it what you want. Space Jam 2. Are you kidding me? Come on, man.
Wow, really, man?
Come on, man. And look,
Oh,
let me
Jesus.
tell Warner Brothers something. Let me tell y'all something, Warner Brothers. And Kill, you know you can vouch for this. Shout out to my boy C. Shout out to my boy Cupid. Shout out to everybody that plays fantasy sports with me. Y'all know what I'm about to say is the truth. You know what they turned into the Monster Squad?
The Goon Squad?
The Goon Squad. How long? How long has my name been in fantasy basketball? The Goon Squad. I think Warner Brothers owes me a check. I think y'all owe me a check, Warner Brothers. But I ain't even tripping, Warner Brothers. I ain't even tripping. But I want to see Space Jam 2. Damian Lillard, Anthony Davis, I'm hearing. Of course, LeBron James, Bugs Bunny, man. If you watch Space Jam 1, it was a classic in my mind. The soundtrack was fire, the movie was fire, the storyline was fire. I don't know if they can duplicate it, but they're gonna try, I believe. And I'm excited to see what it's gonna look like, man. So if there's one movie this summer that you can bet your bottom dollar that True X, the sports junkie, is not only going to see, but going to go to the movies and watch, it's Space Jam 2.
Okay. Okay. The movie that I am looking forward to see is I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the Purge Forever. I think that's a
Oh,
movie that I'm looking forward to see. And anybody knows me that I'm a huge fan of horror, scary movies like that. I've watched every single movie of The Purge, and I'm just a huge fan of it, man. I just like the plot, the scheme, the storyline behind it. Every movie they stay connected to the storyline with the previous movie, and it's just dope, man. Like you get the once a year purge on somebody, man. That is
let
so
me,
sick.
can I ask you something? Two things.
What?
Have you watched the
What?
series?
No, I have not watched a
I
series.
watched season one. It is good. I can't even lie to you. I watched season one. I didn't watch it because I'm a big horror flick dude too. So, but let me ask you the second question. What would you
What?
do if a president of the United States signed that into order? Would
Um,
you vote for it?
no, I wouldn't vote for it.
So you keep it as a fantasy.
Yeah, I just like it as a fantasy, man. And I just don't believe in innocent people being killed, man. Like
Exactly. I don't believe nobody should be killed by the hand.
but
You
you,
should
but
you
you,
should
kn-
be able to take somebody's life. I would never
but
vote
you,
for that.
but you do have, people that are in the streets, gang members, and people that envy somebody. I understand they would be the ones signing for it, but for me, I just wouldn't do that, man. I just feel like, dude, we're we're given birth and in this world for a reason, and there's no reason for a life should be taken like that, man. Especially from a dad, from a sister, a brother, grandma,
Facts.
grandpa, or anything like that. So I just don't believe in that. But I just like the movie when it comes
Yeah,
down to it.
I got
But
you.
in real life, I'm a totally against it though.
Yeah, violence is never the answer. And I always say that. I always teach my daughters violence is not the answer. Figure out a different way to be, better. So yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly with that. I would never vote for that. Just wanted to know, I wanted to see if you was really sick and twisted like some people. No, man. But yeah.
But I know you're not a huge fan of it, but there is a movie coming out this week, and it's the Fast and Furious movie. Um, so make sure you guys go check out that. I'll definitely be tuning in, checking out that with Michelle Rodriguez, Vin Diesel, John Cena's gonna be in it.
Oh God.
Um,
My wife
yeah,
likes that movie too. My wife
hey,
loves
I
that
I
movie.
know you're not into the. I know you're not into the Fast and the Furious franchise, but why have you never got into the movie franchise of Fast and the Furious?
I've been, to be honest with you, and you know me, Keo. Anybody that knows me, I have the nickname the Sports Junkie. I really don't sit there and really watch a lot of things outside of sports and horror movies. If it, like I want to watch Space Jam, that's a sports movie. LeBron James, athletes in it. But I did get into Marvel at first. If you remember, I was like, when y'all was talking Marvel, I'm like, bro, I would never watch that nonsense. I started watching. I'm like, oh, this is fire, and then I started enjoying it. Maybe if I start watching, maybe I'll like it. But I'm not a big. I don't watch a lot of TV. That's just not what I do. Maybe I should check it out. I do like The Matrix though. The Matrix is something I'm definitely gonna be looking forward to in December. When we talk about movies, then the next Matrix movie. But I'm not a big movie guy, bro. When it comes to like regular movies.
Ah, okay. All right. All right, man.
What's your favorite Fast and the Furious?
My favorite Fast and the Furious, it was I'm gonna say the one the um the one that the last one Paul Walker was on. I think that was probably my favorite. Um
Everybody in the chat, man, y'all let us know, man, whether you on YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, Twitter, whatever you on, let us know, man. What was your favorite Fast and the Furious movie and why? But with that being said, Kyo, let's get it popping. Next topic.
The next topic is question of the week. Our very last topic.
Yeah. Okay, before we get to the question of the week, I just want to check out something real quick. I want to check out something. Let's make sure before we get this question. Call your grandmas, call your uncles, your aunties, mamas, your daddies. Get ready for the question of the week. Right now, the Hawks are winning with 5 seconds left in the game, Keo.
Okay.
Oh, yep. The Hawks are winning with 5 seconds left. It is their ball. Giannis just made a free throw. I think he made both of them. So we'll see what happens. But the question of the week. Okay, Keo, you have ties to certain areas within this world.
Yeah.
Obviously, Cambodia, and obviously the United States. And this goes to anybody out there. If you have ties, then you can't pick this one of those places. If you could live anywhere in the world, no, not say you could, you had to live somewhere else in the world, but it could not be Cambodia, and it could not be where in the United States. Where would you live and why?
If there's a place that I would wanna live at, I'm gonna say, it came down to two places, man.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say the UK, man, London, man.
I like
I
that.
think,
That's nice.
yeah, and that's just something that I've always wanted to go to. I seen my friends, family members go visit there, man, and it just seems like somewhere that I would want to live at, man. And it's just a beautiful place to be. Uh and um and and yeah, man, I'm just gonna go with London, the UK. And another place I definitely would want to live at is Brazil, Rio, man.
Yeah.
That's like a that's like a party city, nightlife. It's just beautiful there, man. It's like Hawaii over there, from what I heard. But those are the two spots I definitely would pick.
Okay, so my three that I left out that I can't choose from is I said United States, obviously, France, and Africa. I said, well, I can't choose those three. I kind of like wean those out. So if I couldn't choose between those three and I had to move somewhere else, Brazil was on my list. I told my wife if I was single, I would choose Brazil. For sure. For sure I would choose Brazil. But it came down to the other three. Now it just would depend. I thought about Dubai. You know, how wealthy it is out there, opportunity. I would definitely think about going to Dubai, and I heard it was nice. I know it's hot, but I definitely thought about over there. Australia. The reason why I thought about Australia is because they still talk English in a sense. They have like a little accent, but it's still English. So I wouldn't have to learn a new language for the most part. I would still be able to talk to them regular, and it would just be what it is. So Australia's high up there. But I think if I had to say, man, I would move to Jamaica.
Oh wow.
I would move to Jamaica. That's what I would choose. If I had to move away from the United States, because I feel like it's still close enough for family and relatives. People always want to visit there, so my family and relatives would still want to come visit. Your family, I never said your family can move with you. I said you. So I would still be able to go back. It wasn't that far. It's not that far from the United States. I can still go see my family, come see my family, I should say. And I'm thinking Jamaica. I think I would choose Jamaica.
All right, we'll put some poll out on social media. What country would you want to live in, except in the United States?
Gotcha.
But with that being said, it's time to wrap up tonight's show, man. And I'm gonna go to my shout outs. So shout out to you, obviously, the whole MBS team. We got a lot of things coming up for the brand, man, and I'm actually excited and looking forward to it. Make sure you go check out the latest video we dropped. It was the Queen of the Ring predictions, Heir to the Throne. Make sure you go check that out. And shout out to the whole team and everybody that tunes and supports the show every single week and all the shows actually.
Okay, so my number one shout out right now. I can't even believe I'm saying this, dude. Maybe they're gonna make me a believer one day. The Atlanta Hawks just beat the Milwaukee Bucks, led by Ice Trae Young, 48, 11, and 7 on 50% shooting. Yeah, I'm gonna say it again. 50% shooting. And he didn't shoot great from three-point range, under 50%, way over under 50%. This dude here, bro. This dude here, for real? Trae Young, you for real like that? John Collins, 23 and 15. Clint Capella, 12 and 19. This team is not, man. Oh, man. I can't even talk. I cannot believe they just beat the Milwaukee Bucks in Milwaukee. I might have to start putting some respect on the Hawks, man. I thought they would be.
So what you trying to say? You think they got a chance now?
Man,
I remember you said I remember off the air
I'm not jumping ship. I still got the
you said
Bucks,
you would
but
make a wager with anybody. I don't care what it is.
yeah, I would have bet the house that they would lose that game. I mean, Drew Holiday had 33, Giannis had 34, and they still got a loss. You still took an L? That's tough. That's tough. So yeah, man. Shout out to the Hawks, man. Shout out to Trae Young. Shout out to the ATL. I know y'all happy right now. Let's see if y'all can prove the sports junkie wrong. I got the Bucks winning that series in 5. They're already behind the 8 ball already. So the Hawks, man, they shut me up, man. They shut me up. But shout out to Keo.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody that tuned in to MBS Let's Talk About It. Shout out to my girl Saray, wherever she's at, baby. I hope that you're doing great. And with that being said, man, this has been Let's Talk About It, and we out. Peace.